is going on, guys? It is James Plays. I'm coming at you with an episode of the city, and we have a couple things that we need to get done in the next couple episodes. We need to finish this building soon. I need to work on this later on my own time, and finish the outside so we can work on hospital to do. As you can see, it's pretty much not even a hospital at this point. It's just pretty much nothing. And right here we have to work on fish, the very good thing to do. But that's not what we're going to be working on in this episode. We are going to be working on something amazing, or at least I hope it's amazing. We're going to be working on a new building, an apartment complex. And I know we have a lot to do on these 3 floors, the rest of this whole building. I want to make this building taller than this one. I think it's on track. This is the 5th floor. 3, 4. This is the 5th floor. I mean, taller, which makes more sense because there's a lot more reasons to make this bigger. But that's not what we're doing today. So let's just get into it. We're going to be making a new building right here, right next to the bank and whatever this is going to be. And it's going to be something extremely important, and it's going to be housing. Because housing is severely important. It is one of the most important things in real life that needs to be done. Like, people need places to live. And so, sometimes you just gotta make housing developments. So, what I'm going to be doing is making the frame. This is going to be a very nice building, similar in shape to this, so it's going to be rectangular, I think. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure it has to be rectangular. So why don't we just do ourselves a very nice favor and just kind of make this a flat wall. I feel like that would help with the ability to make the building, the ability to make this alley more alley-like. It's going to be wider though. I feel like it should be fairly wide. Maybe even 2 buildings. A good distance apart. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I'm gonna sneeze. That's the first thing, and then we're just gonna have to go all the way across this way. Let's say there. That seems pretty fine for a building. Move that. We gotta line up with this and this, so we need to move over this way. Here we go, right here. Right? I think so. Let's check. Yes, this is correct. Okay. So those 2 are the same height. I can bring that one up, and I think they'll be the same height then. No, this one too tall. Okay, then. So there we go. We've got this done. Over here, I used basically a similar color scheme. So what we're going to do is we're going to use something that we might regret. Something we might regret, because we want to make this a different colored building, and we want to make it darker colored building. So I think we're going to use nether bricks. And we're going to use nether bricks, I think, because we don't really have anything in the city that has like a nether brick theme. And I think I just like nether bricks more than I like normal bricks. But let's look at them side by side. Yeah, this looks like wood. This looks like one of the woods. I mean, it would be helpful, but no. Nether bricks look better, in my opinion, like much better. So that's what we're using. We're gonna use nether bricks, and so this floor of the apartment building is going to be the kind of the reception area, except not really a reception area because it's an apartment building. So there might be the the office for the keeper, or like the person who owns the building, and we can use that as a. We can do something with that. Maybe have something interesting, like I don't know. But it's gonna be good. I can feel it. This is gonna be a very nice looking building, and I think that that it could be a very, very nice looking building. So what we're gonna do first is let's open up a door. So you're walking along the street. Let's put the door right there. I think that's pretty fair. This one's the middle, it looks like. So it's slightly off center. If we're gonna make it slightly off center, I think we should just make it just go all the way off center. Or we could do something like this, but I really don't like this, because then there's this one block in the middle that's just the worst. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have the door on this side. So I'm thinking, let's get out some stone so we can map out this building's layout. So I'm thinking right here we can have restrooms, because you gotta have restrooms. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So there's gonna be restrooms here. We'll decide male and female in just a minute. No, we're gonna move this over one actually. And I'll explain why in just a second. And it's been just a second, so I guess I should explain it now. We want to have a wall right here, and right here, and we couldn't put a wall there if we had it where we wanted to put it originally. See, and now they're about 5 by 5. But I don't like them being square, so we're gonna make them out more. There we go. That should be fine. Fine and dandy. So we got this going. Over here, I think we can put in a staircase. Oh, right here, this area can be a staircase. And this can be the elevator. Although, we should have this be one more in. Ooh, this leaves us with a really bad number. Okay, so what we're gonna do now then, the dude's office is gonna be here. This is where the guy has his office. And, yeah, so he works in here, manages the building stuff, and yeah. So, staircase. There can be 2, 3. Here, we should just take the time to note that there's going to be an interior wall. So, as much space as it looks like there's going to be right now, there's not going to be that much, because there's going to be an interior wall right like that. And I think that might actually solve our problem. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, that makes it worse on both sides. Actually, no, that solves it. This can be the staircase area. Pillar going all the way up, and you can put your stairs on the outside of it. Let's remove the pillar though, because that's in the way. And this can be the elevator, I think. How big did I make the elevators over here? Pretty small, actually. It was 5 by 4 for the entire thing. well, if we put a wall here, no, we don't want to do that. That would just mess everything up again. Well, we could move it like that, making this the bigger area, and making this the elevator. Except no, because that's the same problem. We'd move it like this. So this is the elevator area. So this is where the elevator is going to go. We can put in the door in just a minute and later. Okay, so it looks something like that. Okay, and then stairs can go here. Same kind of concept, just more room. Spiral staircase, lots of room. Yeah. So that's this floor, and that's this floor basically done. So let's start knocking everything out. For the interior wall, I'm thinking we want to use, or the floor, let's use, what I use on this building? Carpets and bedrock. Interesting. Interesting. So we're not going to be using carpets. I didn't think we were, but it could be a very nice block if we were to use. I'm trying to decide between acacia and dark oak. I like the dark oak more with this. I just think it fits better, and I think it just looks better. But that's just me. So what we're gonna do now is change the floor really quickly for the main area and see how that looks. If it doesn't look right, we'll change it later. We're also gonna have to decide what we want for the walls. And for the walls, I'm thinking we can make them fairly colorful. So maybe a one of the wolves. I don't think we want to use any of the stained clays just because of the textures on them, and they don't look that great for a smooth wall. I just think we would be better with something else. So yeah, that's what I think. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly finish this thing right here. Maybe break. Maybe stop for a minute and do the rest of it first. Although we're basically done, so it would kind of be pointless. So yeah, I just realized something interesting that you guys might be interested about. This is going up on my first day of school. Yeah. So when you're watching this, I will probably be at home. If you watch it as soon as it comes out, as it drops, I will be at home in my room doing homework. Almost certainly. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah. The videos should not slow down. I believe I can do everything I need to do to make the videos come out on time, and so you guys have stuff to do during the school year too, other than homework. Because I hate not having anything to do. Like sometimes you just don't have anything to do because like you finish your homework and there's just you've watched all the YouTube. There's nothing really on Netflix, and it's just the worst. I'm gonna use a different kind of floor for the bathrooms. I'm thinking just andesite. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna use. Just a normal andesite. Yeah. Because I mean, it doesn't look particularly clean because it's normal andesite, and you don't have a stupid crisscross pattern like you do when you have big blocks of andesite. And it looks like a grid, and it's just the worst. But that still looks, It's different, and it's texture, and I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so we're just gonna break all this stuff, fill in this wall for that row. And I'm really liking how this is turning out so far. We got a big frame done, and it's looking good. So I think I should start explaining what I'm thinking of doing for these huge empty plots. Because you guys might be looking at me going, bruh, what are you gonna do with this? There's like nothing you can do with this. And that's where you're wrong. Because I'm thinking of making a little intersection thing here to where these people going this way can turn into a turning lane and turn in and go into a huge parking lot that's going to be in the middle. A wall of like a row of buildings along the outside like this, maybe a row of buildings or parks or something on the inside. So like right here there would be a park, and going down to the end of the other building and the end of the other building down there. I think that could look really nice, and just a huge parking lot in the middle, because you gotta have parking somewhere in the city. And I think it would give the city a lot of character and make it more alive. I'm also planning on having a lot of overhead train things. Like, for example, if you've ever been to Chicago, they have like an they have like a thing, and I think it'll be, I think something like that might be really cool on the city, and we might put our own spin on it or something. But I feel like subways are boring because they're underground, and that's going to be a lot of building. I mean, it would be fine on this world since you go down and you get this. But I still feel like that would be extremely annoying, building all those tunnels, having to walk through them constantly to check to make sure that you can't see that there's nothing else. But yeah, I think a kind of like a metro system thing with like trains. Actually, the best thing that I can think of to describe what I'm thinking is Watch Dogs. If in some parts of the city in Watch Dogs, there's like over the streets, there's big train rails that like go all over the city. They go all through the city, and they make it look good. And it's basically like a subway, but it's over the streets instead of below them. Now I'm going to stop rambling so we can actually get stuff done. So we're going to open the fronts up to these bathrooms. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one's girls, I guess. Girls, guys. That works. So, yeah. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. The walls. So for the walls, I'm thinking a wool of some kind. I'm thinking, maybe a brown? Maybe a brown wool could look good. I don't know, I'm just not really a big fan of wool in this texture pack. The city texture pack. Honestly, green. I'm thinking green. We haven't used green. I feel like green could work. And, yeah. I'm feeling it. Feel the green. Do you feel the green? I feel the green. Okay. So now that we're all feeling the green, we can kinda shake things up a little bit. We don't want to make everything green, because then everything would look green, and you gotta have color mix-ups. Like, I mean, even the stone. I feel like we can keep the stone for the elevator. Break that. We can put the door in right here, and this can be the elevator shaft. I like the idea of using the stone for the elevator. I just do. If anything, we could change it. If we have to change it, we could change it to. What is end stone? Ew. That's so weird. That might actually be a good-looking block if it wasn't for the color schemes. Well, what's gravel like? No, I don't like gravel. Huh. So, like, we could change the walls to a different color if need be. Yeah. We don't want to keep the bathrooms this, though, so we might have to make the bathroom walls diorite. So, like, you walk into the bathroom and you're like, hey, it's all diorite in here. Hello? We're running into this problem again. This building just feels one block too small. Lengthwise. We could extend it back one. And honestly, I can do that. Because of the stuff, I can do that. Okay, so let's break down this. And this. This. Man, this might be a lot. And actually, no, this is going to be fine. This is going to be very fine to do. It'll fix it, and it'll hopefully make the building look that much better. So, yeah. We're going to move the green back one. Stop it there, of course. Get out stone. Pull the stone on through right here. Yep. And we can fill that in. Stone, I guess. Right here, we're going to want to put in stone to there. And then we can change this into diorite. There we go. There we go. That looks much better. That looks much better, and it works well. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeedy. Let's, we have to extend the floor now. Which, you know, it's a floor. You need floors. What are you gonna do without floors? So after I finish fixing this, we're gonna end the episode. Because that's what needs to be done now. We've fixed it, and then the episode needs to end. For that little side building, I'm thinking of making it like this part. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm liking how this is going so far, and I'm very much looking forward to continuing this building, which is going to be the high-rise apartments. Yeah, there's going to be like one apartment per floor, I think, because this building is very narrow. I just realized by flying over it, it's very narrow, much longer back and forth than it is wide. But the high-rise apartments are going to be one of the defining features of the city, along with the Twin Horizons Hotel and the hospital. Okay, guys, because those are going to be some of the major builds in the city. I think that will be too, the bank. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been this place, and I will see you guys in the next episode tomorrow. Bye. Well, not the next episode of this tomorrow, the next episode of whatever I do tomorrow. I don't remember what that is.